and welcome to the rebranded Borough Player, where this season we'll be bringing you all the match highlights from Gosport Borough's debut season in the Skrill South.
Along with all those highlights, we'll also be bringing you exclusive interviews with players, officials and supporters of the club in what promises to be an enthralling season here at Privet Park. This, of course, can be accessed completely free at youtube.com/Gosport Borough. And remember, you can keep up to date with all our other latest news on our redeveloped website at gosportboroughfc.co.uk.
Borough Player is this season sponsored by Moreland Motor Services, who continue to provide a great support of the club, and a huge thanks must go to them. There was only one man we could kick off the channel with, and that is your Borough Manager Alex Pike. We caught up with Alex after Saturday's 2-1 win over Weymouth in the final pre-season game, and he started by telling us his thoughts on last year's remarkable promotion-winning season.
It was a superb season. It's been well documented. You know, no one expected us to get promotion in our first season out of the Southern Premier, but to be perfectly honest, that's got to be forgotten about and pushed to the back of the mind and get ready for this next campaign.
And that season did end in promotion, but at any point during that opening 11 games, did you fear the club would struggle in their debut season in that division?
If anyone knows me or knows Cats, the answer to that is no. You know, that I think we weren't given enough credit. You know, the chairman and the sales never pressed the panic buttons. We still kept the same squad, and maybe tweaked it a little bit and got some players into different positions, but we kept the same squad, and then they went on from strength to strength, and which culminated in a 23-game unbeaten run, which was the best in the country at the time.
And we did touch on it there. This year we're playing Skrill South football.
Did you say Cyril?
Skrill South.
Oh, Skrill.
Skrill South football. What does that mean to you as manager of Gosport Football Club?
People like to think that I'm an egotistical manager and maybe a bit arrogant. This is not about me. This is about the football club, and the players. I've long said it. It's players that win football matches, not managers. We can do our best to organise them and get the right players into the club, but unless they perform on the park, it's all down to the players. And I know it's a level that the players want to play at. They've worked very hard in pre-season and they've given us it all. It's nice to see Cats and Shaw North working together out on the training field, and I think we've been organised, we've been structured, and we've given the best chance to the players to win football matches at this level. And
the club has added several players over the summer. What will they bring to the side for this season?
Strength and depth. That was always important. That sat down, looked at it, and see who we wanted to bring in, and the players that we have brought in played at this level or higher, and that's important. I was really happy to get Mike Gosney. I think he would give us an extra dimension on the left. We've seen in pre-season games how he can destroy a fullback on his own virtually, and what Forbes he brings to the side is experience. And again, we brought him here as a forward, but he can play in several positions. Gareth Barfoot would definitely push Nathan Ashmore, as he proved against Bognor. He's a quality goalkeeper, and he's going to give us strength and depth in that department. Sam Pearce, we know all about Sam. Sam's come in to strengthen up our back four, and he would definitely do that after we saw him in that loan period, and a successful loan. And then you've got Paul Hinchelwood, who I think is having a great at right back. Again, he'll be pushed all the way by Kinga. Unfortunately, Kinga went away on a 3-4 week holiday in New Zealand, and it's proved that this squad of players that if you miss a lot of pre-season, there's other players there that will take your place and want to play in your place. So it's proven we have got competition in places, but it's up to us to make sure we pick the right side, we get the right partnerships. In the centre midfield, centre back, and the same with the right winger and right back, left winger and left back. And then we've got the four lads up front. We're going to score goals at any level, in my opinion.
And for the fans of Gosport, what can they expect from your side out there this season?
I've always said it. People laugh at you the last two seasons. It's the club and the chairman. They decide what league we're going to go in, and we took promotion, and we're in the Conference South. It's my job now to win it. I know I'm up against some very good clubs with some very good managers and some very good budgets, and it's well documented that we're probably one of the lowest budgets in the league. But as I said in previous interviews, just because we shop at Lidl doesn't mean to say we can't get Marks and Spencer's bargains, and I think we've got some fantastic players at this football club. If I can keep them all injury free and keep the squad together, then we'll have a good season, and we'll be aiming to do exactly what we've done over the last 2 years, and that's to gain promotion.
And having completed the pre-season campaign now, how would you as manager dissect that, and how would you view it?
Cats and I were talking about it earlier. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. We started on a bit of a downer with the draws with Fleet and Sholing. Then we had the fantastic wins against Froome and Redditch and a Pompey 11, and then it's gone back to me not being very pleased with, although we won the game today 2-1 against Weymouth, and there was a poor result against Bognor, and they're things that we've got to try and iron out. We're making defensive errors, individual errors, getting punished at one end, causing us goals, and then we're creating so many chances at the other end and not taking enough of them. And I've got 4 quality forwards that you'd expect to get more goals than we have done.
And the club is growing on and off the field. As manager, are you, first of all, how proud of you are of that fact? And secondly, did you ever imagine it to be like this?
Well, the answer to that is no. I can't affect what happens off the pitch, and that's where the chairman has got to get great credit. Look at the ground now and look what we've got, and look at the plans they've got in place to improve it even further. And that's got nothing to do with the manager. That's the hard work of not just the chairman, but the board of directors behind him and all the volunteers that work so hard in the pre-season break to get this ground up to what it is. And look what the groundsman's done to the pitch. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, I was horrified at the surface here. All of a sudden, Sodexo have given us a man, full-time groundsman, and we've got a pitch that next week we could almost be proud of.
And we did tweet last night asking for fans of Gosport to send in their questions for you, so we have a few here for you. First one we got in was back-to-back promotions above your expectations, and has it changed the 5-year plan of the club?
I don't set the 5-year plans. The 5-year plans are set by the chairman. He said he wanted Conference South in 5. We got it within 4. But back-to-back promotions, like I said before, has come no surprise to me. I'm a good manager with a good team and a good football club and good players behind us, and they can achieve anything they want to achieve if they believe in it. And if I can't believe, then who does?
And also, if you could sign any player for Gosport Football Club from past history or present, who would that be?
Steve Claridge, without a doubt. I liked having Steve last year. When we got, the year before, when we got promotion. The professionalism that he brought to the changing room. There's a man that's played for 22 clubs, and he played for Gosport like he played when he was at Pompey when he first started. And he's a great example and a great role model, not just for me, but for the rest of the players in the side. And I certainly learned a lot of him.
And a couple of ones now that will interest you. First of all, we had a fan ask, did you regret losing half of your clothes after the Hemel Hempstead final?
When you've got a body like mine, you'll always regret it, yes.
And also we did have one tweet from one of your players who we won't mention, but they asked, are they short trousers or long shorts? That was the question.
That can only come from a player like Justin Bennett, who's got no clue how to dress himself. So I should take no criticism from Justin Bennett when he's probably the scruffiest player I've got on my side.
And on a serious note though, one question did ask
I was being serious.
To finish on a serious note, one fan wanted to know what your expectations were for this season. They said they were happy for the club to survive. Is that you want to go one further than that and see conference national football next season?
Why would I want to be a manager of Gosport Borough Football Club or any club if I was happy to survive? If that means that I'm happy to survive, that means the chairman has to give me the tools to do the job, and I think he's given me some tools, maybe not all of them, but people said exactly the same thing to me last year. I do pay a lot of attention to our fans, and when I walk round from the boardroom, I always stop and have a chat with them. And last year they were just happy with the middle of the table. Well, you've got a manager that's not happy with the middle of the table. I know it's going to be tough. It's going to be extremely tough. As I've seen over the years, with Eastleigh and having Waterville on our doorstep, and they've struggled to make the inroads they wanted to do. They have got into the playoffs, but unfortunately they haven't won them and moved on. But I'm a manager that. I'm bold, I'm ambitious. If we can't win the league, then we want to get into the playoffs. If we get into the playoffs, we want to win them. And if I can get this club into the Conference National, then I will.
And sorry, that wasn't the final question. There was one more that I missed out, and it was in one word. How would you describe yourself as a manager?